Mom forged my signature to refinance 6 properties. Then the bank started calling the news broke over Sunday brunch. Mom stood at the head of the table, champagne glass raised, wearing the special smile she saved for moments she considered proof of her exceptional mothering. Emily sat beside her, radiant. Dad was already mentally spending his share on the next golf trip. "Your properties were just sitting there doing nothing," Mom said, as casually as if she'd borrowed my car for an afternoon. "All that equity going to waste." Emily deserves her dream wedding. She listed the expenses like items on a shopping list. $85,000 venue, $52,000 catering, $41,000 dress and photographer, $62,000 for a 2-week Bali honeymoon suite. Emily hugged her tightly. "You're the most generous mother ever." I set my coffee cup down. The small clink felt louder than the conversation. "Which 6 properties?" I asked. Mom waved it off. "Those little rentals you're always complaining about. I finally made them useful." She slid a folder across the table, 6 refinance statements from 6 different banks. Each one bore my signature, approving cash-out refinances totaling $240,000. Marcus laughed. "Finally, someone turned your real estate obsession into something practical." I studied the signatures. They were close, very close. But after 11 years of signing property documents, I knew my own hand intimately. The exact curve of my capital R, the slight hesitation where my pen caught on the second loop of the N. The consistent pressure points. These were forgeries, skillful but unmistakable forgeries. "When did you do this?" I asked quietly. "Over the past 6 weeks," she said proudly. "I worked with a very understanding mortgage broker. 6 weeks, 6 properties, 6 separate federal crimes, each carefully timed." The folder showed the dates. First refinance November 2, last one December 8. The wedding was December 22. She had planned and executed a 6-week fraud scheme to fund a single event. I didn't shout. I've learned that real anger is often just fast-moving grief, and right then I was grieving something deep, though I couldn't yet name it. "The banks approved these?" I asked. "Of course," Mom replied, her tone edged with that familiar sharpness that meant any question was ungrateful. "You have excellent credit. I'm trying to help your sister." "Why are you making this so difficult?" I thought about the sunk cost fallacy, how people keep investing in a losing proposition because they've already put so much in. For 11 years, I had kept investing in my family, convinced that one day recognition would come. Every property I bought they called reckless. Every tenant I secured they called luck. Every early payoff they called showing off. Property 1, modest duplex, 2014. Dad said, "Real estate isn't for women like you. You'll get taken advantage of." I was 23. Property 2, 4-unit building, 2016. Mom said, "Find a good husband. That's a woman's real security." Value doubled in 3 years. Property 3, commercial space, 2018. Marcus said, "You're pretending to be successful. It's embarrassing." Tenant, physical therapy clinic, 10-year lease. Property 4, another duplex, 2019. Emily said, "When you fail, don't expect me to help." Purchased cash. Property 5, small office building, 2021. Dad said, "Stop this nonsense before you lose everything." 98% occupied. Property 6, triplex, 2023. Mom said, "You're wasting your inheritance playing landlord." There was no inheritance, had remortgaged their own house twice. Each property represented years of 70-hour weeks, skipped vacations, nights studying building codes, tenant law, zoning regulations. Each one was a brick in the wall I built against their constant dismissal, and Mom had just treated them like her personal ATM. I stood. "I need to make some calls." "Don't ruin your sister's wedding over your ego," Mom snapped. The irony was so thick it hurt. My ego, not her fraud, my ego. I drove home in silence. The December air was sharp and clarifying. My phone sat untouched on the passenger seat. There comes a moment when a person decides, not who they want to be, but who they refuse to become anymore. I'd had that moment years earlier when Dad said investing in me would be a waste. That was when I understood I would rely on no one. At home, I opened my laptop and pulled every property folder: purchase agreements, original mortgages, leases, inspections, insurance. 11 years of proof. I photographed my real signatures from the oldest documents, then photographed Mom's forgeries. Side by side, the differences were small but definitive: angle of the R, pressure on the N, spacing in my middle name. I called my attorney, Sarah Chin. We'd worked together since Property 2. Potential mortgage fraud, I said. I need document analysis. She was quiet for 3 seconds. Send everything. 47 pages later, she called back. This is federal fraud. Each refinance is a separate count: bank fraud, wire fraud, identity theft. Do you want to proceed? I asked for options. Option 1, report immediately. Banks freeze funds, criminal investigation begins, Mom faces charges. Option 2, civil suit for damages. Option 3, do nothing. Absorb the $240,000 debt. Let Emily have her wedding. Keep the peace. I thought about option 3, be the bigger person. Again. Then I thought about the invisible ledger, the emotional one. Thanksgiving 2018, Emily's engagement got 42 minutes of celebration. My first building purchase got "That's nice, dear." Christmas 2019, I missed the holiday fixing a burst pipe. Mom said I chose buildings over family, never asked if I was okay. 30th birthday 2021, Emily's friend asked what I did. Marcus answered, "She plays landlord, it's adorable." Every family photo where I was edged out or cropped, every achievement minimized. Every risk mocked. The real cost wasn't $240,000, it was years of my identity being slowly erased. Option 1, I told Sarah. File everything. Monday, December 16, she submitted reports to all 6 banks' fraud departments. Original signatures, forged documents, timeline. My sworn statement that I never authorized any refinance. Tuesday, December 17, 9:47 a.m., Mom's phone rang. First National Bank fraud investigations. 9:51 a.m., Community Trust Bank. 9:54 a.m., Regional Savings and Loan. By 10:03 a.m., all 6 had called. Same script. This is fraud investigations. We've received notification of unauthorized signatures. Funds frozen. Full cooperation required within 24 hours. Mom called me at 10:07 a.m. They're saying it's fraud. Tell them you approved it. I didn't approve anything. You're doing this to hurt Emily. Her voice cracked on my sister's name, the tell she used when she wanted sympathy. I'm doing this because you committed fraud, 6 times on federal documents. She hung up. The system moved with cold precision. December 17, 2 p.m. Bank sent initial findings, signature comparisons, 94.3% forgery probability via forensic analysis, ink dating showing signatures done in tight windows. IP logs tracing applications to Mom's home computer. 4:30 p.m. Banks notified the FBI. Multi-institution fraud triggered federal coordination. December 18, 9 a.m. FBI Financial Crimes Unit opened case 2024 Mortgage 4472. My attorney supplied travel records. I was in 3 different states during 2 supposed signings. 2:15 p.m. Case assigned to AUSA Michelle Torres, mortgage fraud specialist. December 19. Mom hired Gerald Blackstone, white-collar defense attorney. $45,000 retainer, borrowed from my aunt. December 20. Blackstone met Torres with an offer. Mom returns the money. Banks drop complaints, no charges. Torres. Your client committed 6 federal crimes. No deal. Evidence dismantled every defense. Mom claimed verbal permission. No calls or texts between us for 6 weeks. Mom claimed family generosity entitled her. Right arrow, I had loaned family $47,000 over 10 years. None repaid. Mom claimed broker said family sign-offs were fine. Broker's license revoked in 2019 for similar schemes. Found him on a Facebook group called Creative Real Estate Solutions. Mom claimed I could afford it. Right arrow, the new $240,000 debt across 6 properties, destroyed my debt-to-income ratio, and blocked future purchases. December 21, 3:47 p.m. Formal charges filed, 6 counts bank fraud, 6 counts wire fraud, 1 count aggravated identity theft. Emily called at 11 p.m. You're destroying our family over money. Mom committed crimes. She was helping me. Can't you let it go? Can she return the $240,000? Silence. She already spent it. Then that's not my problem. She called me a name and hung up. The wedding happened December 22. I wasn't invited. It was apparently beautiful. Harborview venue, exceptional food, Paris dress, magazine-quality photos. Paid with my equity. January 8, Mom arraigned, pleaded not guilty. Dad looked 10 years older in the gallery. Marcus didn't show. Emily was in Bali, January 15, pre-trial. Blackstone tried age, health, family arguments. Tours countered. Sophisticated, multi-institution fraud, deliberate planning, no impulse. February 3, Blackstone advised plea. Evidence overwhelming, 6 banks forensics, FBI computer search history, deleted queries. How to copy signature. Can family refinance property? February 10, Mom pleaded guilty to 3 bank fraud counts, rest dismissed. Sentencing April. Family group chat exploded. Marcus, you sent our mother to prison for a wedding. Dad, hope you're proud. Emily, you're dead to me. I muted, then blocked them all. April 15. Sentencing before Judge Richard Walton. Mom spoke through tears. Family, perfect wedding for daughter, didn't understand severity. Judge, you forged your daughter's signature 6 times on federal documents. You studied how to commit fraud. You spent $240,000 that wasn't yours. Remorse appeared only when consequences arrived. This was financial abuse of your own child. Sentence: 18 months federal prison, 3 years supervised release, $240,000 restitution, 200 hours community service. Appeal bond denied. She reported to FCI Alderson May 2. Restitution garnished from parents, Social Security, $847 month. Full repayment in tilde 23 years. They're 62 and 65. Emily and husband moved into parents' house to help. They argue constantly, I hear. Marcus cut me off completely. Sends cards to parents in prison, never mentions me. I rebuilt my credit. Fraudulent debt removed August. September, legitimately refinanced 3 properties. November, closed on property 7, 12-unit near university, 20-year note at 3.8%. Lender called it one of the cleanest files she'd seen. The brunch folder sits in a box in my office. Sometimes I open it and look at those forged signatures. They're very good. If I didn't know my own hand as well as my heartbeat, I might have believed them. But I do know it. Every loop, every angle, because I signed those documents for 11 years building something that was mine. Not theirs. They have no place in my life anymore. The account is closed. The balance is 0, and I am finally in the black. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real-life stories, get more experiences.